All right. Good morning, first grade Smarties. Today, for our lesson 5 writing, it says, if you had a fairy godmother, what would you wish for? Now, this writing is kind of special because it's asking about your opinion. It's asking about what you would wish for. So think about the Cinderella stories that we've listened to so far, and I want you to take a second to think, if you had a fairy godmother that can grant you wishes or help you get somewhere, what would you wish from them? Hmm. Hmm. I've got mine. Okay, so let's look back at our question, because our question is actually going to help us figure out our sentence starter. So I want my sentence starter to answer the question that I need to answer, right? So I'm going now. This is where we get a little creative, right? We're going to use words from a question to help us with our sentence starter. Okay, so it says, if you had a fairy godmother, what would you wish for? So we know that our subject is going to be us, right? Because we're talking about what we would wish for. So I'm going to cross this word out. I'm going to cross out you, and I'm going to write I. So if I had a fairy godmother, I'm going to cross out this. I would, I'm going to take this out. I would you wish for? Yeah, that doesn't make sense. So I'm going to cross that out too. If I had a fairy godmother, I would wish for blank. Oh my goodness, I already have my first sentence starter. All right, here we go. So I'm going to write these words down here. I'm going to make sure I start with a capital letter. If, and look, I'm making sure that I'm using my first grade handwriting. If I had a fairy godmother, making sure I'm using finger spaces. And I know I can spell these words correctly because they're in my question. I had a fairy godmother. And look, they used a comma right here. How fancy! So we can use a comma too. I had a fairy godmother, comma. There's that trick word would. I would, I'm out of space. I'm going to go down to my next line. I'm going to make sure I start at the beginning. I'm not going to start halfway or skip a line. So I would wish. There's that digraph. Ship, sh. If I had a fairy godmother, I would wish for, there's another trick word. In the O-R horn or. Check that out, guys. I would wish for, I know what I wish for. In endless, so that means that it could never run out. Endless means that it can't run out. An endless supply, so just like we have supplies that we use at school, an endless supply of, there's that trick word. Now, I'm not going to have enough space for this word, so I'm going to go down to my next line. I would wish for an endless supply of ice cream. Because I love ice cream. It's Miss Mason's favorite food. And I put that exclamation point. I made sure to end my period made sure to end my sentence with punctuation. I started with a capital letter. I put finger spaces. I made sure that my sentence made sense, and I end with punctuation. Now, I'm going to give you a challenge. Are you ready? Tell me 2 things that you would wish for. So I'm going to say, I would I'm going to use the word also. You can use the word also too in your writing. I would also, that's a trick word. I would also wish, oh, and I can sound that out, wish for, I'm going to need a second. As you guys are catching up with your writing, I'm going to think for a second of what I would, something else I would wish for. I've got it. I would wish for a trip I would wish for a trip to the state of, oh, and here is a proper noun. So, guys, remember, if I have a proper noun, that means I have to start with a capital letter. I would wish for a trip to the state of Maine. And I'm going to explain why I want to go to Maine. So, I'm going to use the word because it has beautiful mountains. Miss Mason loves the mountains. And I'm going to make sure to end with punctuation. I'm going to check to make sure I used a capital letter. I did. Finger spaces. I would also wish for a trip to the state of Maine because it has beautiful mountains. All right. And that sentence made sense. All right, guys. So here's my challenge to you for your writing today. I want you to think of two things you would wish for if you had a fairy godmother. All right. Make sure that you use your own ideas. You can't copy Miss Mason because that's Miss Mason's ideas unless you really want to go to Maine and have a lot of ice cream. That would be pretty cool. Ice cream's great. All right. I hope you guys have a great day. Work hard and be awesome. All right, guys. Bye.